So you can actually render out of Substance as well. It's using something called iRay, which is going to be this button right here. If you click on that, you can get into it, and if you click on it again, you can get out of it. But what this is going to do is it's going to put a HDRI image in your scene, or at least show you the one that's been in your scene that you've been working with. You can update that to any of the ones that are there, and you can also import your own if you want to. It's a good way to check and see what your model looks like in different lighting setups. So once you find one that you like, you don't actually have to show the background. You can turn on clear color here, and you can decide what you'd like to, how you'd like to display it. If your ground plane isn't exactly where your model is, you can adjust it here and move mine down just a little bit. And then you also have the ability to adjust your camera here. And you have some post-processing effects as well. You'll need to put a check next to this, activate post effects. And then when you want to use one of them, you'll need to put a check next to them. So if I go to color correction and make adjustments, I can just uncheck it to get rid of it. And some neat options for glare. And a vignette if you want that. And you can add a profile or a color profile here too. Now, you have the ability to update the shader. So if for some reason you haven't adjusted your shader in the other viewport, you can change it here. And when you're done, you can see that it's actively rendering right now. The max time is usually probably 10 seconds. Change that back. And you'll see it's when it finishes, it'll say done. So if you want to give it a little more time to render, you can update that max time. You can change some of these samples as well. And then when you're done, you can just go to Save Render. And you have the ability to override the viewport resolution. So if you have a specific size that your image needs to be, you can update that here. And then when you go to save, you have the option to save in a few different file formats. You can also share to ArtStation. And when you're ready, you can just get out of the rendering section by clicking on that icon. And you'll go back into regular Substance. But you'll notice now that some of those effects are showing up in your scene.